I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. In this video, we'll learn how to pronounce Aotearoa. So this is the Maori word for New Zealand, and we're often now calling place names by their authentic names, such as Aotearoa. I will present this with Maori pronunciation and phonology, and then we'll also talk about some strategies for using it when you're speaking English. There we might say it more like Aotearoa, just because it'll be more easily recognized to English speakers as to what we're saying. But let's break it down and talk about the sounds in this word. So in Maori, the A is going to be an ah sound, and I've written it here with the letters AH. It's similar to the ah we have in father. It's going to be perhaps a little shorter. Ah, ow, ow. They make a break between after each vowel sound, so you want to have ah and o with a little break. Ow, ow. Be short on both. Notice that in American English, our o is a diphthong and long, and here we just have the o. Ow, ow. So you have to probably stop yourself from saying ow, o with a lot of length and diphthong, a diphthong on that o. You'll also notice that the T sound is different in this word in Maori. It's going to not have a teh-ah like we would an aspirated T in English, but more teh-ah, teh-ah. So there's no puff of air released. We're not really saying a D, but it may sound more like a D to your ear, teh-ah. So you can also put your tongue more against your teeth, Aotea, and you'll have that same effect. If we don't let that air come out with our tip of our tongue behind our teeth, then it's going to sound more authentic. Letter E says e, again a pure vowel here. So e, a, te-ah, te-ah. Going to be pretty fast between those two vowels, but do maintain that little separation and break. And then the stress in this word is going to be on the ro syllable. Now, in some contexts, the R may be like the American R. Most of the time, it's going to be more of a flap. So it'll sound maybe again to your ear like a D. Roa, roa, roa. I'm rolling it there a little bit. I'm not doing it perfectly. So it's like the Spanish R, where it's basically a flap. Tongue is touching up behind the teeth in the front. Aotearoa, roa, roa. It's hard. You can't really start on the flap. Tearoa, tearoa. I apologize for my inaccuracy here, but I'm learning along with you. If you would like to try to do it this authentic way, then again we have another o, a, oa, roa, Aotearoa. Okay, so that's kind of a mouthful, and it may not flow smoothly and naturally if you're speaking in English. So a close approximation for American English, I would say, is that our ow would become more of the diphthong ow, just running it together. You can use a true American T here, Aotea, because I think that listeners will understand that you're saying this word. And so teh-ah, you might have, rather than teh-ah, you might have a little bit more of a schwa there. Aotea, and then you can use a true R for American R, Aotearoa. So you would have, again, that diphthong O, and your last ah might change a little bit to an ah, Aotearoa. So that's going to be close enough to the authentic, true to the correct name of the country, and wherever you feel comfortable in terms of how you fall on the vowel sounds, how you're going to say that T sound and that R sound. Work towards this one and use this one in the meantime if you'd like to be able to say this word easily. I know for me, it's going to take practice to use it. And inevitably, if you understand the correct and original way, that's really helpful. But it's also really good to know how others will be saying it. You don't want to go incorrect and untrue to the pronunciation. But if you don't have flaps and unaspirated T's in your language, it may be really hard for you to use those, and it will be hard for other people to recognize what you're trying to say. So knowing how this word will come into English, come into other languages, and be hopefully correctly pronounced as a Maori word and as an English word. That's what we're looking for there. So again, trying to go for Aotearoa is going to be pretty good. Aotearoa, Aotearoa in Maori. Again, I apologize. I have an accent probably when I'm trying to say that, but hopefully that gets you closer if you're looking to have an authentic pronunciation for this word. Thank you for this request. If you have a name or a place name or a foreign word that's in English that you would like to hear me pronounce and help you with to break it down, do feel free to leave that in the comments. I'll add it to my list to cover in a future class. I do also have a short for this one if you want to just have a quick practice to hear the Maori. I break that down a little bit more easily and fluently for you, so do check that out as well. I'll put a link to it in the description for this video. Thanks so much for liking, commenting, and sharing the videos. A special shout out to our subscribers and channel members. I really appreciate your support. I look forward to seeing you in our next Word of the Day video tomorrow, as well as Saturday in our live question and answer class. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you again soon.